say the price of my love's not a price that you're willing to pay. You cry in your tea, which you hurl in the sea when you see me go by. Why so sad? Remember we made an arrangement when you went away. Now you're making me mad. Remember, despite our estrangement, I'm your man. You'll be back, soon you'll see. You'll remember you belong to me. You'll be back, time will tell. You'll remember that I served you well. Oceans rise, empires fall. We have seen each other through it all. And when push comes to shove, I will send a fully armed battalion to remind you of my love. Da 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 da. You say our love is draining and you can't go on. You'll be the one complaining when I am gone. And no, don't change the subject, 'cause you're my favorite subject. My sweet, submissive subject. My loyal, royal subject. Forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. You'll be back like before. I will fight the fight and win the war. For your love, for your praise, and I love you to my dying day. When you're gone, I'll go mad, so don't throw away this thing we had. 'Cause when push comes to shove, I will kill your friends and family to remind you of my love. Da 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 da. Everybody! Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. breaking free of our prisons. We defy the control of the system. The thunder's growing louder in our hearts. A storm is rising, this is where it starts. Let's break the rules and really put a vax into it. Max out pursuing. What's a better time than now to cross the line? Don't break, let loose, and make sure that your heart is in it. Style to finish, for every second rushing by we're losing time. Losing your heart is in it, style to finish. For every second rushing by, we're losing time. Let's break the rules and really put a vax into it. What's a better time than now to cross the line? Don't break, let loose, and make sure that your heart is in it. Rushing by, we're losing time. We're losing time. What a joy, what a lovely sight. With my game is a big sensation. Has the Mars morning taste altered overnight? Have they found new sophistication? Not yet, they just wanna see if the night sky be above. If it's east, west, and the money sky, they all come. You can rave all you want if you raise the roof, scream and shout, and the gate increases. Break the rules, break the bank, I'm the living proof. They don't care how I move my pieces. Well, I know I'm the best there is, but all they want is a show. Well, that's alright, I'll be glad to abide. SRO, SRO. morning, an afternoon, and welcome to that bastard Chap badly plays. Of course, he's playing another Kill the Cast. Isn't that awesome? And also, Telocon. Yes, you might have actually changed your name, and I have a hard time remembering everyone's name, so please, I apologize. But at the same time, it rocks. It's rock. Yes! Thank you. I appreciate it very much. I put a lot of hard time and effort into singing and then basically talking back and forth with my lovely mixer about the whole thing, because I appreciate it very, very much so. And also, Destroyer, nice to see you here as well. And it's nice to all of you, and welcome, of course, back once again. No, my name is Rock. Oh, Rocky! Yes. I apologize, but the music is nice. Thank you ever so kindly. I thought you said this rocks, but now that I know your name is Rock, I apologize. From like a year or two ago. Yes, Rocky. Yes, I called you Rocky. I just like call you that, okay? I'm sorry. I'm also a big dummy brain, okay? I'm not good at remembering things. But regardless of that, what I do remember, remember, the average person walks past 36 murderers in their life. Until we meet again! Thank you, Pegging Dude. It's very nice to see you here, even if it's just for the brief moment, just to jump, basically tell us something rather very disturbing, and then run away. Yeah. Yeah. I will never forget the first time I ever witnessed one. Anyway, moving on. It's nice to all of you to be here, and of course, when we last left off, we basically accomplished, well, I did. Everybody else contributed to it, and thus as a result, I won again. And thus as a result, we are to continue this W tirade for as long as possible. And also, I will be telling you what I've been doing this week. Another acting lesson, of course. And as well as that, enjoying some absolutely delicious Five Guys. That's right. I've managed to actually earn myself a Five Guys meal. And to anyone who doesn't know what a Five Guys meal is, a Five Guys meal is essentially the most expensive fast food you will ever have. However, that being said, it is absolutely delectable. Absolutely, like how they do it is beyond my understanding, beyond my reasoning over how good that shit is. You ask for a normal stack of normal chips, they will stuff the fucking bag with it because they know how expensive it is. And they're like, here you go, we'll stuff the bag if we have to. More? What's that? You want more? Psh, psh, cake that shit. Oh, you want a cheese bacon burger? We're gonna make sure the cheese envelops the goddamn wrapping, so it becomes even more difficult to get it out. But you will love it. Do you know why? Because we're Five Guys. We're expensive for a reason. And also, hopefully you're all... Oh, is everything alright? I'm sure everything's perfectly sound, really. Because, the way... Can we just confirm if everything's on the up and up? Okay, cool. Sorry, I got a bit panicky there. And also, I am drinking a lovely beverage from my lovely cup of course, I talk to myself. Sometimes I need expert advice. And you know me, I am known for being an expert. It's fair to say, really. But as well as that, hopefully you're all having a great time. I want to know what your weeks have been like. As for me, it's been very eventful. In a positive way, may I add. And as far as everybody else is concerned, I think we are preparing for even more stuff. Oh, and also, there's a new song that I'm covering that I hope will be done either this week or the week after. But regardless of that, oh, and also the only annoying thing that's been happening is that I had to renew my information for my extra gigs. So as a result, I'm just like, well, another one, great, another thing to do. But yeah, regardless of that, it's time to get into the game. That's right, we're getting to the game. And of course, we've got the Dead by Daylight man. The one, the only, the best actor in the friggin' world.
Nicolas Cage.
Do not add him. He will not respond. And as a result, you will all be ready and prepared for what I have for a new movie. It's going to be called Nicolas Cage the Movie, starring me, the one and only
Nicolas Cage.
Do not add me. And also next to me is Sir Chapo.
Hello, it is Sir Chapo. Sir Chapo will be the one to defeat the evildoers and sit on the little banister right next to Donkey Kong and the Pikachu and the Porsche of Barack Obama for some reason.
And yes, that is lovely.
And next to me is the one fluffy boy, Rousey!
Yes, Rousey is the fluffiest of boys known to man. And of course, the only bot that I'm allowing in this chat, that's right, it is ReactBot. Everybody, say hello to ReactBot. And ReactBot, say hello to everyone in chat.
Wish my Mima were still alive to see this.
Oh, well, rest in pepperonis, ReactBot's Mima. ReactBot, are you looking forward to another escalation tirade of the King of the Castle?
Stay mad.
Yeah. But yes, as we go along, it will be lovely to know about this. Anyway, without further ado, it is time that we played the King of the Castle. I hope you're all prepared. I bet you're not. But of course, before we do, I've got a random image of random images in the background. We got a random corgi off of DuckDuckGo images. We got on the top right Shiva, my 5th favorite underrated video game character from video games, aka Resident Evil 5. And of course, we got Jodariel from Pyre. And on the bottom right, we got Philip D. Franco from the Philip D. Franco Show. Now, without any more tomfoolery, it's time to get into the game. That's right, we're getting into the game. Hopefully, you're all ready to bow down to me, because I am the best monarch known to man. No one can do one better than me. I can tell you that much right now. And would that be a pleasure? Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Look at all these logos passing by, and then in comes the King of the Castle. And yes, that's right. As we see all these merry men and women and non-binaries frolic all the way to the King's Castle. Well, or the castle, may I add. Lovely little thing to have right up here. And everybody else is going... I'm sorry, why is Green going way faster than the person on the horse? Slow the fuck down! The monarch's still there! Slow the fuck down! Jesus, what's your hurry? Like, why can't you be like them? They're just having a normal time. What makes you so special? Anyway, as we continue on, we got Monarch Sabine the Third. He got to go. Oh, I see. he needs the restroom. Oh, I see. Fair enough. Monarch Sabine the Third of the Sir Chapel dynasty, presiding over the kingdom of the Barons of the March, the partitions of the coast, and the grandees of the south. Won't that be a blessing? Anyway, loading the game.
we are going on another form of adventures. Ready up, everyone! Get yourselves ready. Barons, grandees, and partitions. We will all start. Hyena! Joining us once again with the heterochromia ginger hair. Lovely to have you here. Always nice to interact with you whenever the time is right. And of course, Destroyer, you are always going to be a partition. You were here before. I'm not joking. You were here before. There's your money. 1,681. That's a lot of dough. I will say that much right now. Unlike Hyenas with 9,600. Yeah, it's a bit unbalanced if you think about it, but we do what we can with what we have. All right. No need to. No, I wasn't. Oh. Yeah, you were here before because you have your money. If you were new here, you would have only had $1,000 goldery dues. Your character is still there, and thus was still here from the very get-go. You may not think it, but you were here. You were always here. As a noble of this nobility. Yes, of the monarch's chosen noble squires. And won't it be lovely? It's a conspiracy. A conspiracy, you say? Reactbot! Was Destroyer here before? Or is this a big conspiracy?
We are the dream makers.
And thus you got your answer, Destroyer. You must have basically thought of this in a dream, and thus thought that you were someone entirely different before. But clearly, it was all a dream. And thus, as a result, you were always this the entire time. That's just how you're supposed to see it, Destroyer. It's just how it is. It's always good to gaslight people, isn't it? But yes, as well as that, hopefully we will have a grandee here soon. Otherwise, I could join. I remember the last time that I was here that I got the Granny of the South. But you all didn't like it because I manipulated the system. I'm not joking. I did manipulate the system, and I apologize. And I don't intend to do that ever again unless it is demanding that that be the case, really. But regardless of that, I'm going to peer pressure a couple of my peeps to come around and try to defer me as well. Let's see if I can peer pressure a couple of people into the lovely, King of the Castle dilemmas. That's right. You may be thinking, how's that gonna work? Well, guess what? It's gonna be very easy. I'll just go, yo, wanna dethrone me? Question mark. And then, you, shot. Yo, wanna dethrone me? And let's see. I assume Green Boy, once I basically say, yo, wanna dethrone me, he will then assault me. Or just basically be like, I'm gonna slap you around. It would be very, very funny if that were the case. Who else? Oh. Sadly not today. I got an interview coming up in a bit. Hope the interviewer is hope the interviewer is suddenly dies and has a will that when read has a will that that when read says to the person whom has an interview with me will get the job. No questions asked. There we go. There we go. Hey, Erois! Nice to have you here in the partitions. Glad to have you here. Here's your... Wait. Yeah. Sorry, I was just replying to a lovely fellow. And it's nice to have Erois here. Nice to have you back here. Here's your 2,300 gold back. Nice to have you here. Sooner or later, there will be a grandee that will be here. And will attempt to, try to defer me, but will fail horribly, like they did before. The first and the second one. It is very interesting indeed. Okay, I need a grandee. I need a grandee. A grandee. My kingdom for a grandee. Hi. Yeah! Nice to have you in the green space. Always good. Hey, Destroyer! Say hello to your fellow partition noble. You will be conspiring with each other in order to try to defer me. But you won't, because you're loyal to me. Because you like how I rule over all of you. Won't that be fun? And we'll get to play fun games like Hide the Crown. Is it in the treasury? You'll never know. I only serve money. Ah, I see. You serve the money. They are capitalists after all. Fair enough. Fair dues. It's what it is. It's in your nature. I get it. It's what it is. And yep, Green Boy has replied with a straight up no. Dang. I only serve. I see. Dang, DVD gonna be hella lit. Fam. 6-7. I don't know. And this, I don't know what this does. I don't know where this... And he's just replied with a cat with a gun. Fair enough. And thus, Yuri will be joining us. What a lovely... Oh! Yuri will be joining again. Ha-he. And thus you are a grandee of the South. Lovely to have you here. Here's your gold. Don't spend it all in one place. And I hope you all understand that this will be a journey like no other. We can start. Yes. And thus we will all start now. There will be more that will join us. But until then, this is what you are all competing for. Ah, Ardenez! Nice to have you back. Lovely to have you back. Of the Ardenez II. Always good for more partitions. But let's try and get more barons and grandees. Yes. And of course, we have an authority of 6, a stability of 6, a treasury of 9,730. The noble numbers are a bit unfair. Do not worry, Ardenez. To make up for it, Hyena has 9,600 gold. So, you know, keep that in mind. So, for the barons, we have a trade of 10, a farming of 8, a military of 6, a faith of 0, and a defiance of dose. Is balanced noble votes an option? It would have been if we started from the very, very start. But as well as that, for the grandees, we have a trade of 9, a farming of 8, a military of 7, a faith of 8, and a defiance of 2. And the grandees get 1,000. That'll be enough. Don't worry, you have all of the highest values when it comes to farming, military, and faith. Just remember that. Chap and Zax. No. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be. And as for the partitions, they have a trade of 8, a farming of 8, a military of 3, and a faith of 0, and a defiance of 2. What a lovely thing to see, the least. So anyway, let's introduce yourselves to the council. Introduction. Now that you're the monarch, your first duty is to meet with the Council of Nobles. Let's introduce yourself to the partitions of the coast. A pleasure, your August Majesty. I hope to see our kingdom prosper and grow wealthy under your reign. Introduce yourself to the grandees of the south. May the ninth god bless your reign, your holiness. I trust you will conduct yourself with honor and faith. And introduce yourself to the barons of the march. Hail and well met, your highness! Under your leadership, we'll whip this kingdom into shape. And with that, the introductions are done. The council hall immediately fills with raised voices as the nobles argue. Is this what your father fought so hard for? And now for the coronation. Your Majesty, it was an honor to serve your father, but now it's your time to wear the crown. As is tradition, the council will decide what happens at your coronation. Let's get this over with. Shall we call the nobles in? Alright, shall we A. Host a lavish parade with jugglers and fountains of wine? B. Invite foreign dignitaries and show off our wealth? C. D. Outdated traditions. There's no need for a coronation at all. A, B, or D. Vote now! Voting, voting, voting. The voting is for you. Hey, I'm so sorry, Eris. Voting, voting, voting. The voting is for you now. Voting, voting. Why not start working on money? Voting, voting, voting. The voting is for you. Hey, voting, 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 voting. Voting is for you now. I see how it is. What are you talking about? Vote, 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 vote. 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We have 1 abstained. Ardenez, you will hopefully vote later on. We are voting China to 2, and thus we will invite foreign dignitaries to show off our wealth. Lovely. Jubbly. Dignitaries arrive from all corners of Krastef, and it's only appropriate to show off. A trained eagle drops a ruby-encrusted crown atop your head as you stand on a golden podium. The awed crowd includes such influential figures as the Duke of Sal, the princes of Tavalin, and even a pearl bearer from Atesh. Lucrative trade deals are struck at an evening's feast. Only the Grand Pensionary of Kerf is not in attendance. The Republic, after all, is fundamentally opposed to the very concept of monarchy. If you have something to fucking say it to my fucking face, you know what I'm saying? Riabba, what do you have to say about this absolute disgrace?
The universe is slowly drifting toward an irreversible entropy.
Lovely. Moving on. Thank you, Riabba, for your input. Time for the path to victory. Your Majesty, you have some big boots to fill, and with your father out of the picture, the nobles will be looking for any opportunity to replace you. When you die, how do you hope the kingdom remember you? I'm going for the easy route. I'm going for a goddamn architect of a new golden age. A lofty goal indeed. I suggest over the next few years you focus on improving the kingdom's overall trade as much as possible. Yes. Once you have an heir, I will return to discuss how your ambition is progressing. Good luck, Your Majesty. Yes. And the season! Ulrika of the Hyena bloodline, powerful marcher prodigy, stands before a blazing hearth, shouting and swearing. When have the barons of the march backed down from a fight? Never! I know you'll do whatever it takes to put me, your rightful queen, on the throne. What shall you do? Shall you do A, doppelganger, which is lowering your own defiance? B, modernization, which is lowering other people's military? Or C, propaganda, which is lowering stability? Which one shall you do, hyena? Which one shall you do? Very interesting. It's delicious. 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, you have chosen doppelganger, which is lowering your own defiance. Voting is closed, and thus the doppelganger of lowering your own defiance has occurred. The bounce plan to swap the real monarch for a perfect doppelganger. First, they must gain the trust of the spy master. To advance their scheme, the Barons must keep defiance at 4 or less for 4 seasons. Oh, interesting. For the partitions, Cassia of the Ardennes family, notorious coastal political fixer, scribbles with a well-used quill on a hardwood desk, explaining in measured pose. Fellow partitions of the coast, my claim to the throne is far more legitimate than that of monarch Sabine III. Something must be done. Shall you A, do some sorcery and raise authority? B, subterfuge, which is lowering stability? Or C, corruption, which is lowering the authority? What shall you do, fellow partitions? What shall you do? Shall I assume that you're all just thinking about it? Cavorting once amongst yourselves? Oh, Destroyer has chosen corruption. But subterfuge, Erace has chosen subterfuge. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ardennes, of course, has abstained. Once again, voting is closed. And thus, subterfuge will be the one which is lowering stability. The partitions plan to replace the monarch's advisors with their own agents. First, they must prove they're doing a bad job. To advance their scheme, the partitions must lower stability to 4 or less in 3 seasons. Meanwhile, Gaetano of the Uri lineage, charismatic political mastermind, stands bathed in sunshine, droning on as in a daze. As if in a daze. Yeah. A false pretender occupies the throne while my claim is ignored. Grandees of the South, this is a stain or an honor. We must not allow it to go unanswered. Shall you A, intimidation, which is raising stability? B, an uprising, which is raising the treasury? Or C, a witch hunt, which has the goal of having the highest faith? Which one shall you do, Uni? Which one shall it... Oh, you've chosen a witch hunt because for obvious reasons. Hey, okay, moving on. Okay. There's all sorts of heresy in the capital, and the grandees intend to expose it. First, they must ensure the South is beyond reproach. To advance their scheme, the grandees must be the region with the highest faith in 3 seasons. Interesting indeed. And thus, the cavorting schemes have commenced. Time for the lords of the land! Oh, call for unity? Oh, you shouldn't have. Lovely. End the season! We now have the honor guard, the jousting tournament, and a call for apprentices. I know that's what it says. It's always that one. One day, you're walking through the palace gardens when you're confronted by an unusual sight. One of your palace watchers standing guard, but instead of a pike, he's holding up a mop. This is unacceptable!
Sorry, Your Majesty. Last week, I got a little urchin, kicked me in the shins and stole me proper pike. I grabbed the first replacement I could find.
Get a new pike now!
I tried, but the choirmaster was too drunk.
Pardon me? I can only apologise, Your Majesty. The Palace Watch have been more incompetent than usual recently. It's obvious you need a proper honor guard to protect you. But first, how can we improve the watch? Do we A, spend a fortune on fancy new equipment? B, invite southern soldiers to provide training? C, enforce harsher discipline? Or D, there's no need to do anything? Now, if you ask me, A, B, or C, vote now! Voting. The voting is for you. Ave! I'd suggest anyone but the barons so they can't replace you. Voting. The voting is for you now. Voting is for you. Hey! Voting is for you now. Voting is for you now. Vote. Hey! Vote. 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And thus you are enforcing harsher discipline. Enforce harsher disciplines. A punishing exercise regime works wonders on your watchers' abs, though you're not sure about their morale. If one thing's clear from this mess, it's that you need an honor guard who can actually keep you safe, not like these kittens. Think carefully, your majesty. These guards' loyalties will be divided between you and their region. Of course, you could just half all mercenaries, they'll be loyal to Corn above all. I've made my decision, I will say that much. I'll wait your verdict with bated breath, your majesty. It's going to be the one with the highest military, which is, of course, the Grandees with the southern nuns. Choose oiled up men and women from the coast, your angst majesty. Are you saying that because you... I agree. Are you agreeing with the destroyer or me? Which one are you agreeing? I like oil. Riapa! This is the only person I will trust to tell me who to pick, because it's better for no reason at all. Glistening abs and thighs. Okay, Riapa! Who should I have as my honor guard?
This deserves an Oscar.
And what do Oscars look like? Oiled up men with abs. It's gonna be the Coastal Gladiators! I will make the arrangements at once. The gladiators arrive a few weeks later. The men are bare-chested and the women underdressed, eager to show off their bodies as much as their weaponry. They gather behind your throne and begin oiling themselves up. Fair enough. It deserves an Oscar, I will say that. Anyway, time for a call for apprentices. Dreadful tidings, Your Holiness. A meddling wizard has set shop in Calivon. I believe it is Asmoel, the Stormbringer. Tell me more about this wizard. Wizards have managed to tame creation itself. They wield untold power and are naturally distrusted by the Church. Even the High Inquisitor wouldn't dare move against them openly. Afmoral, as her name suggests, is the wizard whose domain includes both sky and storm. She's put out a call for new apprentices, which is a rare event, which is an once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for many. Droves of unwashed glory-seeking knaves from all over the south are lining up for their chance. Not just peasants. I, Error Ace Husbandman III, have also decided to apply. The competition will be fierce, but those citizens are no match. I will be the most powerful noble the council has ever seen. You couldn't put your clothes on if it wasn't for your servant's help. We can't let this go ahead. Not only is it heresy, it presents a clear and dangerous conflict of interest. Well, then we shall assemble the council. Night bless you, your majesty. Alright, shall we A, allow noble partition errorists to the third to become Admiral's apprentice? B, require they forfeit their noble title in order to become an apprentice? Or C, forbid Eraris the third from traveling to Calvaron? A, B, or C? Vote now! Voting. The voting is for you. Hey! Voting is for you now. Voting. The voting is for you. Hey! Voting is for you now. Voting is for you now. Vote. Hey! Vote. You can't vote for Q, Hyena. It is not there. 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and a 1. It looks like Eraris has abstained from all the voting. Oh, that's a shame. Voting is closed, and thus allow noble partition Eraris to become Admiral's apprentice. By the knife! How will they keep up with their noble duties if they're spending all that time in the stuff with this wizard? And what if knife preservers, they actually passed their apprenticeship? There's never been a wizard on the council before? Damn my big hands for misclicking, lol. Yeah, I can see the QWERTY keyboard has an A and the Q next to each other, so I've been known to fat finger something. We'll just have to cross the bridge when we come to it. You're nothing to fear from me, your Angus Majesty. I'll always have the kingdom's interests at heart, even as a wizard. Noble partition Eraris III sets off immediately on their journey to the south. Hey, JP, it's nice to see you once again. Anyway, Admiral's presence in Calvaron attracts all sorts of visitors. Through the power of her latent magic, starts to wilt crops from miles around. Very unfortunate. But we move on as we see. Time for a jousting tournament. You want to join us, JP? You just put !join and thus everything will work in its place. Your Majesty, the Baron of the March has invited you to a jousting tournament. How delightfully rustic. Wonderful! I'll compete myself. Superb, Your Majesty. I will send your acceptance directly. Nah, I'll pass. Alright, fair enough. Oh, and that's it. And the season! And now, we are in the bidding wars! That's right, the bidding wars. Hyena with 9,900. That's a lot of money. Ardennes the second with 3,350. Eraris with 2,600. Destroyer with 1,981. And Yuri Brokey. Isn't that right, Reatbot?
I miss my wife.
Oh. Yeah, we'll move on from there. For the Barons, we have a deer park that lowers the farming, and B, a library which raises stability. For the Grandees, we have C, a cathedral which raises the faith, and D, a feed guild which lowers the trade. For the partitions, we have E, a prison which lowers stability, and F, a stadium which lowers the military. A, B, C, D, E, or F. Get your bags out and throw them on the ground. Get your bidding on. Bidding on! Get your bidding on right now. Well. Yuri grumbles in it military. Get your bidding on. Bidding on! Get your bidding on right now. Get your bidding, a bidding on. Get your bidding, a bidding on. Bidding on. And of course, we have 23 seconds, and it looks like only one thing is about to get funded. Unless someone wants to sliver in and boop. That. Oh! What's this? You're wanting to raise your own faith? Oh my god, Yuri. We have 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1! You have lowered stability and raised the faith in the Grandees. Interesting indeed. Embassies on! We now have a special guest, a paper full of news, and finding a spouse. Let's go for finding a spouse first. Your Majesty, it's important you find a spouse sooner rather than later. I'll take the liberty of finding eligible candidates. What is your preference, men, women, or do you not mind? I do not care. Thank you, Your Majesty. I'll send out messages to the most influential noble families in the kingdom. Let's see what they have to offer. Lovely jubbly. Meanwhile, a special guest. The barons have assembled upon a jousting field. Watching from tall stands, the place is buzzing with excitement. A servant straps on your armor and helps you mount your horse. She hands you your lance and you ride out into the field. Welcome, one and all! We have a most thrilling guest today! As you ride your horse past the stands, nobles gasp and stare. Wave enthusiastically. Cheering is erupt and the nobles stamp so hard that the stands tremble. When the jousting starts, you quickly realize your opponents swerve each time they approach. They don't want to hurt a monarch. Puts a dent in the challenge, really. Bracing match, isn't it? You're beating everyone soundly! Disguise yourself to get a real match. A new competitor is about to join us! They come from, where the fuck are you from? The march. Your entourage helps you into a new set of armor, and you ride out into the field. And here we have, what was the name? Baron Emery? Ready to fight! Finally, a real battle. You're thrown from your horse flat on your back, but blood courses through your veins. The audience roars in support, cheering wildly for Baron Emery. Is this what it's like to be truly admired? At the end of the day, you make your way back to the capital, feeling every ache in your muscles you didn't know you had. But what a rush! Meanwhile, the Marcher cavalry troops see a high influx of people eager to join up, inspired by your example. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Anyway, time for a paper full of news. Look at this, Your Majesty. The Chancellor holds up a wad of paper. On the front is printed the Daily Squawk, along with a dense block of text. They're calling it a paper of news, because everything that's written in it is new. It's like a little town crier made of parchment. What an intriguing idea. Indeed, if you look, it even has little picture stories in the back pages. How droll. The paper of news quickly takes the kingdom by storm. It seems everyone is reading it. Soon enough, there are even competitor papers, and you're being asked to give an interview. Don't do it, Your Angus Majesty! This is beneath the dignity of your office. Do we B, yes, but they can only print nice things, or C, yes, and they can print whatever they like about the monarch? B or C, vote. Nah! Oh, no! Sorry, I need to get you on your toes. Anyway, get your bidding on, bidding on. Get your bidding on right now. Get your bidding on, bidding on. Get your bidding on right now. Ten more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it looks like the voting is closed, and yes, and they can print whatever they like about the monarch. You've never had a conversation quite like this with a commoner before. This journalist keeps actually asking difficult questions. To your face! How do you respond? Let me address your question in detail. You talk at length about your justifications for your actions, while the journalist takes copious notes. Once the interview is over, all you can do is wait for the article to come out the next day. The 7 soon arrives with a fresh copy. Roll the dice! Shit! To your horror, the interview makes you look terrible. The journalist hasn't lied about anything, but somehow your words have come out all wrong, and you look like an idiot. Even the nobles take the article at face value, and the newspaper goes on to be the fastest-selling newspaper in history, which is easy enough since they've only been around for a few months. From this point on, you'll be worried about journalists covering your every move. Who can it be knocking at my door? And the season! Oh! Well, would you look at that? A brave! Confirmed. Anyway, moving on. In the season, we have the Mystery Knight. Cast out and eligible options. Interesting. I have found 3 potential matches for you. 1 eligible young candidate from each of the kingdom's 3 regions. Choose wisely. You'll be securing a powerful alliance. Yes, I fucking know. Chancellor will lead you to the Great Hall, where they've arranged 3 portraits on easels. For now, each is covered by a cloth. Alright then, let's see these eligible candidates. They whisk away the cloth from the first portrait. From the coast, we have Alpheus, the wealthy heir to Lord Partition Destroyer's estate. I mean, just look at him. He's gorgeous, and apparently he's got a silver tongue too. He's also obsessed with the arena. All his friends are gladiators, and sometimes he even enters a fight himself. The common folk hates him for some reason, but who cares what they think? I like the sound of him. For the south, Zarima, the eldest daughter of the Yuri lineage. She's reputed to have the ego the size of the sun, but there's nothing wrong with confidence, right? She's an obsessive gambler, a pastime frowned upon on the south. It's been a cause of some scandal. She's tried her hand at a number of ventures, though all seem to end in disaster. Not bad at all. And finally, we have the March's offering, Emmy, scion of the prestigious hyena droid bloodline. A typical baroness, really. Loud and brash and self-absorbed, but mostly well-meaning. Like most of the barons, her great passion is hunting. No beast is safe from her crossbow. Also got into a fight with her local bishop a couple of years back. Give him a bloody nose. Sounds like a laugh. What do you think? Of course, by picking a candidate, you'll anger the other regions, but you'll gain a lifelong alliance. I've made my decision. Now, this may be a bit controversial. Just look at my son, my liege. He's brave, cute, and likes money. The perfect candidate for you. Yeah, you're right. Alpheus of the Coast. Excellent. I'll make the arrangements. Yes, that's what I was choosing. Sorry, my brain had a moment. Anyway, the Mystery Knight. As you walk the corridors, your spymaster falls into step beside you. She hands you a wooden carving of a figure astride a horse. I hear a mysterious knight called Reverine Emery made quite the impression during the last jousting session in the March. No one knows who they are. The barons want to sell these figures and commercialize the enigmatic jouster. It would bring a great deal of money to the arena. Okay, how about we sponsor the following of Baron Emery? Yeah. The spymaster leaves the wooden figure in your hands with a small smile. Yeah. Excitement about jousting and the mysterious knight flurries through the march, and theories about the knight's identity amount. A host of towns and villages claim to be the knight's birthplace, and tourism booms as visitors flock to see for themselves. Yes. Time for cast out. It's an outrage! It's undignified! She can't do this! Dance below! Ah! Calm yourself, your esteemed highness! It's me, Noble Partition Heroist the Third! I was struck by lightning on my first day, and every inch of flesh on my body evaporated. The Lady of the Storm gave me a second chance, but now she's cast me out. She says I have no discernible magic acunium, whatever that means. I demand vengeance! Show Asmorel that it means to insult a member of the Monarchs of the First Council! Alright, do we A, do nothing? Actually, no. Do we B, demand compensation for the loss of noble partition Eris's flesh? Do we C, arrest Asmorel for skeletonization? Or D, a skeleton cannot be a noble partition, Eris the Third lands must be forfeited. B, C, or D, vote now! Voting, the voting is for you. Hey, voting is for you now. Voting is for you. Hey, voting, vote. Voting is for you now. Vote. Hey, voting. If you ask me, Hyacinth, 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and a 1. Voting is closed, and demand compensation for the loss of noble partition Eris the Third's flesh. Roll the dice! Yeah, obviously. You send a strongly worded letter to the wizards. Of course, you don't get a reply, at least not one written in ink. A week later, you find out that everyone in Calavorn has been suddenly and mysteriously killed. No one can prove it was Asmorel, but the charred remains of the villagers lining the streets don't help her case. You fool! Why would you anger her like this? All over some measly noble partitions insulted by their own inaccuracy! Not long after, Eris the Third kicks the bucket anyway. Apparently, approximately to Asmorel's magic was the only thing keeping them from falling apart. Oh dear. And Eris the Fourth has joined the council. Very interesting. Anchored a few miles from the sunny coast, Loud Partition Destroyer has invited the closest confidants aboard his yacht. I've stopped paying taxes, and the kingdom is in such chaos that the monarchs hasn't been noticing. Given the recent turmoil, the council is calling for the monarch's inner circle to resign. We need to increase the pressure. If the monarch's in a weak enough position, they've got no choice but to bow down to our demands. No more interfering spymaster. No more marshal or chancellor or treasurer. A whole new circle, all made up of partitions. For the next stage of the scheme, the partitions must lower authority to 4 or less in 3 seasons. Interesting. Meanwhile, in a picturesque castle overlooking the Seven City of Caravona, 2 grandees lie back to enjoy the sun. Praise be! Whispers of our plan have reached the peasants, and they are in an uproar. They call for the scenes of the monarch to be laid bare. I have already had leads on information from the inside the palace that we can use against the monarch. It's only a matter of time. We have the High Inquisitor on our side, but we must also sow dissent along the other legions. We won't succeed alone. For the next stage of the scheme, the grandees must raise the other regions' defiance to a combined total of at least 8, or ensure other regions begin a rebellion in 3 seasons. I see. How about we just do this one? Rebellion report! Uh-oh. And the air! Oh dear God. The royal wedding. I forgot all about that one. Your wedding to Alpheus is naturally the talk of the kingdom. Nobles and peasants alike travel from across the realm to attend. For a week and a day, the capital is one giant party. Feels like you're the only one not taking part, instead you're getting ready for the ceremony. Soon enough, you're standing in St. Peter's Cathedral with Alpheus at your side. Do you take this man as your lovely wedded husband? Yeah, whatever. Then I pronounce you married in the eyes of the kingdom. Oh. After the wedding, of course, there's a feast, and after the feast, a dance. Your new husband, Alpheus, laps up the attention, delivering a witty speech in which he flatters you outrageously. By the time you find yourself alone with Alpheus, it's past midnight, you've never felt more tired. You danced so very beautifully. It was such a wonderful day, wasn't it? Admit that your heart wasn't in it. That shocks him at first, and then he smiles. Me neither. Still, I suppose it's the game we must play. Let's drop the act, shall we? With pleasure. Well, what should we talk about? I'm so used to steering a conversation into safe waters. I've forgotten how to let it run its natural course. Tell me what you're most passionate about. I never feel as alive as I do during a good fight. I was so nervous about today. Me too! Not that I'd let myself show it. From there, the conversation flows like wine. You pass the bottle back and forth, laying bare your deepest fears and hopes. At night's end, you join your husband in bed, feeling for the first time that you've glimpsed his real feelings. Lovely! Anyway, heretical discovery. Your esteemed highness, I bring traveling news. Someone stuck the knife's name in vain again? Not quite, your highness. A group of individuals in the coast are meeting in secret to preach heretical teachings and engage in rituals. Oh. They are believers of some ancient folklore tradition. It's tied to some primordial spirit they say lives in the trees. Silly stories of for children. Regrettably, I require the council's permission to launch a proper investigation. Otherwise, my inquisitors would have destroyed the cult before it has a chance to spread. Ah, Arduin. Nice to have you here. You are part of the barons. Here's your 1,000 gold. Don't spend it all in one place. Hope you enjoy. Forget the nobles. I give you my express permission. Let's hold it to a vote. Alright, do we A, send inquisitors into the coast to investigate the cult? B, deny the Inquisition access to the coast? Or C, repel the law that prevents the High Inquisitor from investigating at will? A or C? Vote now! Voting. The voting is for you. Hey! Voting is for you now. Voting is for you. Hey! Voting is for you now. Voting is for you now. Vote. Hey! Vote. 10 boss icons. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you have most of you have chosen A. Send inquisitors to the coast to investigate the codes. The inquisitors, the High Inquisitor and her followers are as swift as they are ruthless. Within a month, the fetid corpses of the heretics hang from the battlements of Sally Hanker, the town where the cult had begun. Anyway, panic in the council! Your sincere highness, I bring bad news from the coast. We are receiving reports of... I am sure your news can wait. I bring urgent tidings from the south that demand the monarch's attention at once. Wait your turn, you ignorant dolt! Why don't you say your quarrel outside? Meanwhile, I have news from the march that really is urgent. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! The industries of the coast are in grave danger. The workers are striking. They demand fewer hours and higher pay. Is that all? By the 9th, the cities of the south are being consumed with riots on a weekly basis. Our citizens want to overthrow the monarch and elect a more competent ruler. And news is worse still. Order in the march has broken down, Your Majesty. Some battalions have killed their own officers and begun roving the wilderness, acting like common bandits. All these problems have arisen because the kingdom is increasingly unstable, Your Majesty. Something must be done. Agreed. Make sure these issues are dealt with, my Chancellor. Unfortunately, we lack the resources to tackle all these problems at once. We must vote on which is the matter is to prioritize. Do we A, break the strikes along the coast, B, restore order to the cities of the south, or C, hunt down the outlaws and deserters of the march? If you ask me, we should call for unity. A, B, or C, vote now! Voting. The voting is for you. A, voting is for you now. Voting is for you. A, voting is for you now. Voting is for you now. Vote. 10 more seconds! 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Voting has closed and thus restore order in the cities of the south. You send your troops to enforce order on the streets of the southern cities. Curfews are declared, rioters are arrested. Even the priests of the 9th Church preach for a return to law and order. This does the most good, though the citizens begin to distrust their clergy as a result. The crisis in the south has been quashed, making the kingdom as whole slightly more stable, but the nobles of the other regions feel that you're ignoring their problems. And the season! Deep in the forests of the march, Baron Hyena has gone boar hunting with a few of his close friends. Bollocks. Yeah. You said you had a surprise for me! Indeed! And here it is! Behold! Your Highness! What have you been doing here at such an hour? Oh, I'm sorry. I hope you didn't overhear any... Quit your babbling, you blowhard! This isn't the monarch! It's a present who's the monarch's spitting image! Great God! Just in time! The spymaster trusts us so much that she's not noticed that we're fortifying the border! That means we can move to the next phase! Kidnapping the monarch and putting in this fool in their place! How do we manage that? We need the kingdom in utter chaos! Bad enough that the monarch's abduction can slip past unnoticed. Well, next stage of the scheme, the barons must lower stability to 4 or less in 2 seasons. I see. And the season! We have a proposition, the call of the arena, and a new trend. Let's go for the new trend first. Lord Partition Ardenez II is here to see you, Your Majesty. He wants to sell you a crab. A what? It's the latest trend along the coast, Your Majesty. The Partitions have started keeping a species of jeweled crab as a fashionable pet. The creatures are so rare that one can now sell for as much as a mansion. Very well. Send them in. Thank you for seeing me, Your Majesty. I know the price is steep, but I assure you, the crabs will only go up in value. Buy the boxes of crabs. Counting out your gold, Lord Partition Ardenez II assures you that you will not regret your purchase. I see. Anyway, time for the call of the arena. Sabine. I have something I need to discuss with you. I have been honoring my combat skills in the practice yard, but I long to experience the real thing. The arena in my hometown is looking for volunteers. May I heed the call? Sure, whatever, just keep me out of it. It sounds far too dangerous for the king's concert. Who would you be fighting? Mostly wild animals, like bulls or lions. But if I impress, who knows? Maybe I get to fight an arena legend like the Adder, or Harahiyo, or Bulwark. Not to worry. Fights against gladiators are only to first blood, of course. As long as you'll be careful. Excellent! Look for me in the fur loincloth. I'll be wearing your colors, of course. The day of Alpheus's first fight comes quickly. You watch from your booth as he looks. Attractive like a true partition. Attractive. All that fighting in the yard wasn't for nothing after all. Alpheus does well in his first bout, dispatching a wild boar with only a trident. But it's his fighting against the lion that everyone's waiting for. Cheer! Go on! Oh. The fight goes poorly. Alpheus takes a number of nasty hits before eventually calling the signal for surrender. The lion is put down by a number of archers from up in the stands. Word of the embarrassing fight spreads far and wide, causing a dip in King Consort's credibility, and by extension, yours. God damn it. Also, the ads are about to play, you know what that means.
I've declared war not because capitalism's a thorn in my side or out of nostalgia for an America gone by. This war's a people's war against a system that spiraled out of our control.
It's a war against the fucking forces of entropy. Understand? Do whatever it takes to stop him. Defeat him. Gut him. If I gotta kill, I'll kill. If I need your body, I'll fucking take it. Fucking hell. If you don't want to see those shitty ads, be sure to sub to this channel or go on the multi-stream on YouTube. Your Majesty, I have an idea. The best since lined parchment, I dare say. An expedition to Chap. Sounds churlish. Don't be so quick to judge. I implore you. The great unexplored and untamed wilderness far across the eastern sea awaits. You have a lot of wealth at the moment, Your Highness. Just sitting around collecting dust. Why not make a sound investment and spend explorers to Chap? Who knows what they might find? Treasures, rare materials, ancient history, a new disease. She's a bit too animated when she says the word disease. I'm not wasting money on such a risk. Can't you see I'm investing into the crab market? The crab market's where it's at. Don't you see, Treasurer? Don't you see, Treasurer? It can only go up. She looks crestfallen, but nods courteously. Very well, Your Highness. Your pile of gold will remain a pile. Perhaps another time. Yeah, whatever. And we will start the bidding war in just a moment. And don't worry, Destroyer. Your son will be safe. At least I hope he is. Because at the end of the day, I don't want to be going to another funeral. That's all I have to really say about that. But anyway, we now are in the bidding wars with Hyena with 10,000 gold. That's right, count it, 10,000 gold. Ardennes the second with 4,750 gold. Air Race with 3,000 gold. Yuri with 2,199 gold. Destroyer with 2,181 gold. And Arduin with 1,000, making you a Brokey. Baroque. Isn't that right, Reactbot? You alright there, Reactbot?
Oh, ew, you can see the rotoscoping.
Okay. We don't need to know more about that, but that's beside the point, I guess. Okay, we're just gonna move on from there. For the Barons, we have A, a prison, which lowers stability. And B, a thieves guild, which lowers the trade. For the Grandees, we have C, a deer park, which lowers the farming. And D, a library, which raises stability. For the partitions, we have E, a monument, which lowers the authority. And F, a theatre that lowers the authority. And of course, we will be waiting 45 seconds because I do not want you all to basically be enveloped by ads. Like, ads are just the worst. Like, do you know the amount of ads I needed to block in my like ad center thing on YouTube? Many. Most of them just basically like throwing like gambling ads fucking everywhere. It is deplorable. Absolutely moronic. I don't want to see another gambling ad as long as I live. But capitalism be like, I want more money. I throw ad in your face, please. But yes. A, B, C, D, E, or F. Welcome back from the shitty ad break. Hopefully you're all not dying inside as we basically throw these back to the ground. Get your bidding on. Bidding on. Get your bidding on right now. Get your bidding on. Bidding on. Get your bidding on right now. Get your bidding on. Bidding on. Get your bidding on right now. Get your bidding on. Bidding on. Get your bidding on right now. Well. We have 30 seconds, and F, which is a theatre which will lower the authority, as a prison which will lower stability, is underway. I wonder why. How fucking dare you? But will Yuri or anyone else be there to sliver in to go like, boop? I will be purchasing that. But it looks like it will end in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You have lowered my authority and stability, you bastards. Anyway, time for that rebellion report. Yeah, it's still there. But now we have a bizarre report and about your... Ooh. And sanctuary. Now about your heir. Your marriage to Alpheus has grown strong and steady, like an old castle wall. Though it began as a political arrangement, it blossomed into something like a love. It's high time we thought about an heir. Congratulations are in order. The royal wedding was a magnificent affair. But something's still missing. You need an heir. You need someone young, whose loyalty is assured. A child you earn would do the trick, even if they're a bastard or the youngest of your many cousins. My noble friend, my husband and I will have a child together. The traditional method. No one will object to that. I'll arrange for you to take a month off from ruling so you can get down to business. Uh-oh. Let's go for a bizarre report. Your Majesty, I've received worrying reports. Worrying and confusing. I'm constantly worried and confused. Yes, Your Majesty, I do get that impression. I've received reports from one of my little birdies in Baron Hyena's fortress. He has an unusual guest. Let me guess. The second god himself. No. The king comes up to my dying breath. Thank you. It's you, Your Majesty. Or someone who looks just like you. I have no reason to suspect the barons of plotting anything, and yet I can't square this away. Ultimately, I can't devote too many resources to solving this puzzle with the kingdom in such a lament state. Too many fighting fires elsewhere. I recommend you call this a meeting of the council and try to do something to put a stop to this. Very well, assemble them at once. Do we A, triple security around the palace? B, conduct a thorough search of the march of fortresses? Delay the scheme. Or C, do nothing? A or B, vote now! Voting is for you. A, voting is for you now. Voting is for you. A, voting is for you now. Voting is for you now. Vote. Hey, vote. 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Voting is closed. Conduct a thorough search of the March of Fortunes. You send your best knights to kick down doors and rampage through the Marcher fortresses, searching for your doppelganger. It doesn't accomplish much except ticking off the barons. If this doppelganger exists, they've been moved to a safe location. But at least you brought yourself some time. You hamper the barons' efforts. Their stat goal will not be evaluated until the end of the next season. Oh, interesting. Oh, interesting. Anyway, Sanctuary! Your Majesty, there is a problem at the cathedral that was recently built in the south. A dangerous outlaw by the name of Swamp Dog George was fleeing the city watch. After a decade-long crime spree, we were finally on the verge of catching him. But just before he's caught, he dives at the cathedral and proclaims sanctuary. According to the law, we can't arrest him on holy grounds. The audacity of Swamp Dog George to invoke holiness. How do you get that nickname? He was raised in a dismal swamp by a pack of wild dogs, with the kind of upbringing. It's no wonder he turned to crime. I'm sure the church will look the other way in this case. We absolutely will not! Oh, the law of sanctuary is almost as old as the kingdom itself. As long as he remains on holy ground, this George is a child of the ninth, under the protection of his mercy. I will not allow you to violate that, no matter the nature of the man's crimes. By the ninth! Right now, Swamp Dog George is living the high life! Please stop feeding him toast dinners and fluffing his pillows! Alright, do we A. Sanctuary is a sacred tradition and must not be questioned. B. Repel the law of sanctuary. Or C. Allow sanctuary to be broken this time, so Swamp Dog George can be brought to justice. A, B, or C, vote now! Oh, voting is for you. Hey, voting is for you now. Voting is for you. Hey, voting is for you now. Voting is for you now. Vote. Hey, vote. 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Voting is closed, and thus Sanctuary is sacred tradition and must not be questioned. By the knife! The council can't see beyond their own noses! Swamp Dog George is never brought to justice. He lives out the rest of his days in the cathedral, eating fine dinners and enjoying the communal wine. He is effectively imprisoned, and his crime spree is over. But the common folk lose faith in the monarch's justice. Anyway, embassies on! Somewhere along the coast, Lord Partition Destroyer strolls in his olive grove, accompanied by a close friend. The ninth god has finally answered our prayers, my friend. The council demands that the monarch's advisors resign. The monarch is too weak to resist. Our replacements are waiting in the wings. Once our advisors surround the monarch, we'll have complete control of what they hear. We will shape their reality. We will treat the monarch like a mushroom. Keep them in the dark and feed them. Now, let's not be vulgar. The question is, what do we do with this control? Do you A. train the monarch into a useless figurehead, which is raising stability, or B. force the monarch to abjugate in favor of their claimant, which is raising others' defiances? Which one shall you do, Destroyer, Ares, and Ardennes? Which one shall you do? I must know. 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's B. Voting is closed. Force the monarch to abjugate in favor of their claimant, which is raising other people's defiance. Once we've taken over the monarch's inner circle, we'll convince them to abjugate. For the good of the kingdom, of course. Of course! And appoint our claimant in their place, I assume. Indeed! Would the other regions be furious? Not if they despise the current monarch. They will welcome a new monarch with open arms, even if it's a cursed dweller. For the final stage of the scheme, the partitions must raise other regions' defines to a combined total of at least 13, or ensure another region begins a rebellion. Thanks, Yuri. You've basically given the partitions a W. Isn't that lovely? GG, thanks, Grandy. Deep in the south, a Grandy paces back and forth along the balcony of their hillside villa. I'm told that progress is slow. How could they be so blind, trusting in that fool of a monarch after everything they've done? The Grandees aim to raise other regions combined defines to 8 or more, or ensure another region starts a rebellion. Hang on, what? Confirm the text. Hey, let's check that rebellion report, shall we? Yep. It's indeed rebelling. Oh! Oh! Hang on! We're still good! But yeah, crab futures. Your Majesty, with the kingdoms consumed by civil war, the crab fad has died away on its own. The partitions have bigger things to worry about. Now that they're no longer fashionable, jewel crabs are worth about as much as any other crustacean you might find in the fish market. But I heavily invested in those crabs. It was only ever a passing fad, Your Majesty. You probably should have invested in, I don't know, roads or something. Damn. Time for them to just do a fucking open strike! The kingdom is blackened by faithlessness and dishonor! The Ninth God is weeping for that, what we have become, and those whose fault is that! Monarch Sabine the Third, the mad tyrant! Alas, you are right! We have no choice but to raise our banners, march to the capital, and install a better ruler, someone like the noble Catano. But first, we must work out our opening move. Pray to the Ninth, help him help us decide. We can launch a preemptive strike against the partitions to cripple their military capabilities. If we suspect the barons may join our cause, we may call them to war. They will be more likely to join us if the monarch's authority is low. We could also call upon the church to condemn the monarch, or finally you could send off an accession to nip this in the bud. Do you A, launch a preemptive strike on the partitions, B, call upon the barons to join the cause, C, petition for the support of the church, or D, send an assassin to the monarch? What do you do, Yuri? Which one shall you frickin' do? I would... You have... Oh, the gall! The gall! Voting is closed. Roll the dice! You've succeeded. The Grandees smuggle a secret message to the barons. A fearsome balance of the match. Too long have you suffered under the yoke of the monarch's tyranny, and this kingdom's gone soft. We need your help to put things right. They speak truly. Why did we never think of this? On things this way? The barons are emboldened by the call to rebellion. Of course, they can only act it if their defiance is high enough. Lovely. Rebellion! Rebellion! At long last, the Grandees have reached their boiling point. You are confronted in your throne room by Grandee Zavonia. Her eyes alight with furious fury. The Ninth God has judged you unworthy, pretender to the throne, and the Grandees of the South have listened. We will rise up and fight for Catano, the true king! This is a formal declaration of war. The next time we see each other will be on the battlefield! Caesar!
Come along now! Try to get the chop!
What? can't! But you can't do this! I am an envoy! See how the monarch's tyranny grows worse by the day? Help! Help! I'm being oppressed! The watchman wastes no time. Grandi Zavonia is dragged out into the courtyard and her head is struck on from her shoulders. I didn't expect them to move so boldly, your majesty. How do things get this bad? The leader of the rebellion is Grandi Yuri. As reason for the uprising, they're citing your past transgressions, mainly your Clemion's disagreement with Admiral over the entitled noble partition. Murder to murder. Raising! Yes, your majesty. Hold on to that feeling. You'll need it. What are the chances against the rebels? The Grandees are formidable, but not undefeatable. I hope you don't persuade any other regions to join their rebellion. That could be disastrous. So this is it. Civil war. That's right, your majesty. The kingdom is divided. There will be a lot of death and suffering before this is over. Oh, I can't wait. I'll go dig out the trebuchets! End the season. Somewhere in the march, Baron Hyena sits at the banquet, gnawing on a greasy chicken leg. He and his fellow plotters discuss their schemes between mouthfuls. The kingdom's on the brink of chaos! It's perfect! We have to strike! What do you intend us to do? Swoop in and kidnap the monarch in full view of the honor guard and the palace watch? No, of course not! We need to use this chaos to our advantage! We have two options. Do you A, lure the spy master to the march and abduct them from there, which is raising your own defiance, or B, manufacture a food crisis and kidnap the monarch during the relief efforts? What shall you do, Hyena? And Arduin, what shall you do? Which one is it? Yep, yeah, I kind of imagined that was going to be the solution. 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Voting is closed, and thus lure the monarch to the march and abduct them there. We need to convince the monarch that the march is on the verge of rebellion. In this current climate, they will be forced to make a diplomatic visit to smooth things over. John the Grandee's Hyena, let us end the Mad King's reign. It doesn't matter. The partition will swoop in while you lot are trying to fight. That's when we strike! One monarch enters the peace tent, and the other marcher leaves. For the final stage of the scheme, the barons must raise their defiance to at least 8, but without starting a rebellion. Oh dear. Well, let's see what that rebellion report's looking like. Yep, and the end of an era. Your Majesty, I'm here to tender my resignation. Great, just great. Great, just great. The Treasurer resignation was last week. The Spy Master vanished without a trace. The Marshal has come down with a mysterious illness. And your physician thinks she'll be dead within a week. I am sorry, Your Majesty, but the Council has left me no choice. I'm assured that my replacement will be most satisfactory. But what about the rebellion? I'm sorry, Your Majesty, there's nothing I can do. Goodbye, Your Majesty, and good luck. Fare thee well, old friend. You are left alone upon your throne. Well, not quite alone. Your husband is by your side. Don't worry, my love. Your new advisors are partitions. Just like me. Together we got your best interests at heart. I hope you're right. That's the spirit. These old advisors are slowing you down. Just wait and see. You need some honest partitions to tell it like it is. At that moment, the doors to the throne room swing open. Greetings, your sincere highness. I shall be serving as your new spy master. And I am honored to be taking your place as your humble marshal. Shall we get right to it? First order of business. We think the best thing you could do right now for the both of us, kingdom and your health, is to abdicate. It's for the kingdom. Cassia would make for a much better monarch, don't you think? The kingdom's tearing itself in half over you. At least this will stop the Grandees from cutting off your head. Insubordination, how could you say such? I have come to the same conclusion. Glad to hear it. It's your best option, Your Highness. Your abdication is the only thing that will bring peace. Speaking as your spy master, you will be dead soon. Unless you gracefully give up the crown and go live on a farm somewhere, tending cabbages, shepherding your flock, etc. Sounds idyllic, right? We'll even give you an annual stipend to live off at the taxpayer's expense. You will never worry for money again. No catch. Free money, no responsibility. Where do I sign? Your Majesty, this is the wisest decision you've ever made. You announced your abdication the next day to gasp from the gathered crowd. Within a week, Queen Cassia has taken the throne. Your abdication does bring peace, at least for a while. Concessions are made, a truce is hammered out, and the rebels lay down their arms. Fuck you. That's the best offer you could imagine, my liege. Within a month, you're living on a farm 10 miles from the closest village. No one out here knows your name or who you used to be. Alpheus, against all odds, still by your side. He's not exactly happy with your exile, but he's learning to herd sheep. You don't hear much about how the kingdom is faring. You soon lose track of who's even on the throne. Instead of sleeping until mid-morning in a bed of silk, you're up at dawn mucking out the stables. Occasionally, some disease or disaster or grand war will sweep over your little slice of countryside, leaving nearby houses in ashes and friends in graves. That's your life. But then things will return to normal, and you know what? You're happy. Though sometimes, secretly, you do miss being a monarch. The partitions are victorious. The former monarch lived out the rest of their days on a farm far from the capital. It was a quiet life, but not without its pleasures. Love always wins. All that remained of the Baron's attempt to upstir the crown was a prisoner, deep under the castle, clad in an iron mask and shrouded in rumor. The Grandees, led by Yuri, launched a rebellion that accompanied nothing besides distracting the monarch while cunning schemers took the throne. The partitions eagerly occupied the power vacuum that monarch Sabine III left behind. With the coronation of Queen Cassia, they hoped to have an iron grip on the kingdom that wouldn't loosen for generations. Of course, as history shows time and time again, such ambitions seldom go according to plan. Monarch Sabine III the Greedy. I wasn't greedy, that was my previous one. Game length 2 years, spouse Alpheus of the Coast, successor Queen Cassia. Nobles, the wealthiest being Hyena with 10,300 gold. Poorest noble Arduin 1,400 gold. And of course, Cassia now rules the kingdom. Holy shit. When authority of 3, a stability of 3, a treasury of 5,730. For the barons, we have a trade of 10, a farming of 8, a military of 8, a faith of 1, and a defiance of 6. For the grandees, we have a trade of 10, a farming of 5, a military of 7, a faith of 10, and a defiance of 10. And for the partitions, we have a trade of 8, a farming of 8, a military of 3, a faith of 3, and a defiance of 2. Let's sigh. Thank you all for watching and enjoying yourselves. You gave me a new achievement that I haven't had in a while. And thank you very, very much. If you like what you saw in any way, shape, or form, be sure to leave a lovely follow. I appreciate it very, very much. And thank you. I will, of course, drink... Oh, sorry. As we go into a luscious little world, who shall we be raiding today? Let's see. We should raid... You know what? We haven't raided Soul Kyber in a while, who is currently playing Deadlock. Soul Kyber it is. Thank you all for watching. Have a good day. Have a good evening. Have a good afternoon. And be sure to use this red message on the way there. And thank you very much for watching. Have a good day, good evening, good afternoon. And I'll see you all tomorrow with some Dead by Daylight. It's a goodbye from ReactBot.
I admire the use of color in this video.
Yes. And it's goodbye from me. Bye-bye! Bye-bye! Ah, bye-bye-bye-bye.